Hey guys, welcome back to Riff's Garage. Today I'm working on my 2003 Mach 1. This thing has a severe bog, I guess you could say, almost like it's losing fuel pressure, ignition or something at wide open throttle. So I got my little Blue Point scanner hooked up and I have it recording, and I have my little mechanical gauge ran through the hood scoop, the hole for the shaker, and I'm gonna see if I can't get a decent wide open pull to see if it cuts out and to see if I'm losing fuel pressure. So let me flip you around and show you what I got going on here. Alright, there's the gauge. It's kind of crude, but it works. And here's my little handheld. So that being said, I'm gonna have to stop recording because I got a 5-speed car, and if I was to try to record and drive and all that, the video would look something like this. It wouldn't be fun to watch. It'd probably suck really bad. So anyhow, I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna make a pass and see if I can figure out anything and let you guys know what I find. That didn't take long. I just pulled out and just enough throttle to get out in traffic, and the fuel pressure went all the way down to 0, and it started doing its thing. So now I got to troubleshoot why, because I got a brand new fuel pump. So I don't know if it's the little fuel pressure sensor on the rail, if it's just an old fuel filter. I don't know what it is, but you know what? We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you what I've found here. Check this out. It's pretty cool. You see it? It's not supposed to go that low. Watch this. Oh, watch this, let me show you. I told you, trying to drive a 5-speed with the phone in your hand, filming yourself do it, and trying to film a fuel pressure gauge is probably not the smartest thing that I've done today, but it's probably not the dumbest thing that I've done today. So you go figure from that, right? Alright, I'm gonna get this thing back home and start troubleshooting the old fuel PSIs and see if I can't figure out why it's dropping below what it's supposed to drop below. The fuel PSIs, plural, because there's more than one. There's more than one PSI, so it's PSIs, and that's just basic. That's just basic English grammar for those that don't know. So anyhow, all right, I'm going to give you guys a pause, and well, actually, I'm going to flip it around one more time because these Mach 1s are so cool to drive with that shaker scoop sticking out. Let me flip it around and show it to you. Yeah, that's a pretty cool view from the old office here at Riff's Garage. I'm going to pause you guys, and I will pick back up when I get home and I start troubleshooting. Alright guys, I'm back. So now I'm going to attempt to change a fuel filter. And to be honest, I kind of feel like an idiot. This car sat in the field for almost 2 years without an engine or transmission in it. And without a gas tank, so there's no telling what crawled up in that, and it's probably a stock filter. Let me show you. See that? Look how shiny it is. I mean, if that don't scream factory goodness, I'm not sure what does. So anyhow, I'm going to attempt to change this dude out. I don't know if you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. So, because I don't have my tripod set up or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and stop you right here. And when I get swapped, I'll get back with you. Give me a minute. It's going to probably take a few minutes, so just hang tight. Well, I probably should have popped the cap on it. I did empty out the line by unplugging the little rec sensor in the back and let the car run, but I didn't take the cap off to vent the gas tank, and I got a face full of fuel. This is so stupid, I tell you. I don't know, can you guys see anything right there? Huh? No? I can't either. Hold on a second. This hang tight. Dadgummit. I'm trying to help you guys here. You people ain't helping me none. Can you even see the fuel filter now? It's up there somewhere. Can you see it? No? Well, I don't know. I'm probably going to die from gas inhalation or something. But anyhow, let me get this other line popped off. And of course that is a good sign, because I popped off the side that goes to the tank first, and there was no pressure in the line going up to the engine. So maybe that is a sign that the fuel filter is completely stopped up, but it's pretty much stupid. Anyhow, I'll get back with you in a second. Alright, I always wear safety glasses doing this, because I just got a face, head, and everything full of fuel. So it's in. I'm going to show you guys what came out of the old filter. Alright, there, hold on a second. Let me change the angle on it. Yeah. See all that? Yeah. Look at all that sediment. Filth. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is. That was all inside the filter. Every bit of it. There's the old guy. Alright. Look how dirty these are. Gas. Alright. I'm gonna start it up, take it for a drive, and see what happens. Back to you soon. Alright, for those that don't know, that is your inertia switch. And here. There you go. Get the light on. So I unplugged it right there and then started the car up. And of course, without this thing working, so basically, if we're ever in a wreck, that little red button right there will, whoop, it pops up. Look at my finger. It goes up this way. And when it does, it breaks the contacts in here. And it kills power to the fuel pump, so the car won't catch on fire and burn you down. So that's that. I am going to drive this car. I need to go take a bath and change clothes before I get back on. Get my interior smell like gasoline. So anyhow, I told you guys wrong earlier. I hooked up the line that went to the engine, and that's what sprayed all over me. So it must have had a little bit of pressure still left in it. So anyhow, all right. I'm gonna stop right here for a minute, start this thing up, go for a drive, see what happens. Well, it was a little bit rough starting up. I don't know if it was because the line was completely dry. I set the car down. It may be leaking back there. Who knows? I'm gonna take it for a drive and we're gonna see what happens. All right, so something interesting is that the gauge, the mechanical gauge on the rail, is staying around 30 psi, but the fuel pressure that's being sensed by the sensor is dropping down to like 5. So I guess the next thing I could try is to change out that fuel pressure sensor, maybe, and hope that that takes care of it. Yeah, at this point, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Hopefully I'll have it fixed though before you guys even see the video. My goal is to get it fixed so I can have it in this video so I can tell you guys what the problem was. So that is definitely bizarre. Very bizarre. There goes the scanner. You hear it? Flip this. See, the gauge up there doesn't change, but the pressure that's being picked up on that fuel pressure sensor changes. So that kind of leads me to believe that that pressure sensor is probably bad, most likely, if I was to guess. I don't know that to be true, because I honestly don't know the symptoms of those things, but we would definitely try to figure it out, for sure. So hold on a second, I'll show you. But yet, up here, it does nothing. It stays the same. Is that I really don't feel like pulling the gas tank out of this car to replace the fuel pump, even though it's a brand new fuel pump. Like, I bought the whole brand new fuel pump assembly from O'Reilly's, and now I know that all these electronics you buy today is all cheap Chinese junk, and you know, I get it, but you would hope that a brand new fuel pump would operate like a brand new fuel pump. That's just what I'm thinking. That fuel pressure sensor is not a new sensor. That is a used sensor that I got from a friend of mine when I was putting this thing together. So I was having to, like, you know, go around and find like all these little parts and just so much crap whenever you're building one of these cars and you get it as a roller and you don't have anything and you're having to piece stuff together. Yeah, it pretty much sucks. So that's just the fact of building one of these type of cars. Now, if it was a regular Fox body, you know, with the little 302 in it, yeah, those are pretty simple. These newer cars there's just a lot of crap on them. So anyhow, that's all for now. I will pick back up on this video once I find the problem, and I will let you know what I find. Now, I may post this video as a part 1, I may not. I may leave it just as it is, and then when I find the problem, add on to it, then put it on the old interwebs, the YouTubes. See, that's, again, it's like PSIs. It's plural because there's a lot of people with YouTube on their phone and computer, so it makes it plural. No, that's not right. It's YouTube. Anyhow, I'll get back to you whenever I figure it out. The reason I'm probably high on gas fumes right now, to be honest with you. I have inhaled about half a gallon of gasoline up my nose, down my windpipe, my eyeballs, my ears, my skin. So you all get it. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been here. Anyhow, I'll touch base with you guys here in a little bit. Alright guys, this is about 3 or 4 days later, and I pulled the tank out, and so I changed module, all that crap, none of that stuff fixed it. So went and got a new fuel pump. I took the brand new pump that had less than 200 miles on it back. I paid the extra money for the upgraded factory replacement, which is a Precision brand. Anyhow, I'm going to flip you around and show you the connector for the pressure sensor down here. So, as you can see, that's completely wrong. There's the pressure sensor. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to de-pin this thing, put shrink tubing over it, silicone grease it, wire tie it, heat guns going, because I didn't want to use an open flame around a vented gas tank with tons of fumes. So yeah, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get this done and then try to get the tank back in it tonight and drive it. And hopefully, if not, then it'll probably be like Friday before I get it done. So anyhow, I'll get back with you guys in about this long. Alright guys, so this is what I got. I had to trim that little piece off right there, get a zip tie in there. So all those are pushed in. The wire's not, it looks like it's bent that bad, but you gotta think that this is a little rubber, that little rubber seal for the connector. So the wire's good and protected. Shrink tubing over it, it's got the silicone grease in it. I pushed it in, bent it over. The zip tie is not super tight. There you go. But it's tight enough to hold it. That ain't coming out. So now, it's a nice day out here. Wish I had some help to put this thing in, but everybody's busy, which, you know, everybody's working and all that crap. And I think I can manage it. I got this the motorcycle ATV jack. It's going to be a little bit challenging. I might have to spin this thing around, kind of tilt it up a little bit on one side, get the filler neck started inside the hole in the tank, and then just kind of start jacking it up, I guess. Jack it up and keep sliding it over till I get it up high enough to get a strap on it. And once I do that, then I should be able to get one bolt started in the strap, then get the other bolt in, and then just start tightening everything down. And I hate working on cars. I don't really hate it, but I mean, to do fuel pump work like this, yeah, especially changing out something that was brand new, I mean, it really just kind of just takes the motivation out of you, you know? I mean, this car was supposed to have been a car that I was going to get and drive to and from work and have a little fun with, and man, it's just turned into a bear, which that's fine. I mean, you know, this car was a roller, it's set, so I literally had to source, you know, the gas tank, and the tank I found didn't have a pump in it. You know, I had to source everything. Luckily, I had, you know, I have some friends who, you know, had all this, had a lot of this stuff. The tank itself is honestly kind of dirty, rough on the inside. Eventually, if I keep the car. If I don't sell it, I'll probably buy a new tank or a clean tank for it. I mean, it's not like chunks of debris. It just, you know, there's a lot of stains and stuff where the tank had set. Yeah, I stuck my hand down in there with gas in it, and you can rub around on the stuff and it don't come off. So it's not like in there clogging up the, you know, the little strainer or anything, but it just looks dirty, I guess. And it is what it is. Anyhow, keep fighting mosquitoes and flies out here. I'm gonna take and get this thing put back in, and hopefully it fixes my issue and I don't have to track down wiring issues, which I don't think it is, because when I first got this car running, it seemed like it ran fine. Now, I didn't have a fuel pressure gauge on it, so I don't know what the fuel pressure was doing, but it felt fine. It did feel like it didn't pull as hard up top as what you would think a 300 horse 4-valve would do. So maybe the fuel pump was junk from the get-go. I don't know. Anyhow, you can probably hear the defeat in my voice. I can feel it in my voice. So I'm gonna get this dude put back together, and I will get back to you when I'm done and on a test drive. All right, fuel tank is in it. Of course, you know, the fuel line's being completely dry after I cycled the key a couple of times. The fuel pressure, looking at the little handheld scanner, first time I turned the key on, it was like 3 pounds. Second time was like 18. Turn it off and back on, it was like 58. So I'm just having to prime the line, I hope. I'll flip you around, let you hear it. All right. Pump is in it. I don't smell raw gas, so I guess I'm gonna get high while I'm laying down here next to the exhaust, so that way whenever I go for a test drive and the cops pull me over, I can go to jail for being high. So anyhow, that's always fun. I don't see anything dripping. That wet spot right there, that is PB Blaster, where I sprayed around the rubber grommet to get the filler neck in. That sucked. I had to like loosen the tank up, because what had happened was, you know, the filler necks on these cars, you got 3 bolts where it bolts to the body, then 3 screws where it screws to the floorboard. So I had everything out. Well, when I put everything back together, it pulled loose from inside and kicked up. So I had to take the fuel tank, loosen it back up, drop it down, pop that dude back into place. Stupid. Very stupid. Alright, I'm going to go for a test drive and see if it fixed it. See you guys in a minute. Alright guys, went and put fuel in the car, got about right at half a tank. I made several, my phone's about to fall, so I made several passes wide open in 2nd gear and 3rd gear, and it seemed to fix it. The fuel pressure never dropped below 40. As a matter of fact, whenever you first go wide open, it actually spikes a little bit. It'll go up about 48 or 50, and then it'll come right back down to about 40, 43. So that's good. So it seems like the fuel pump was the culprit. It's kind of crazy though, because so the pump that I put in it was the cheaper pump setup from O'Reilly's, and it, like I said, it was, oops, sorry guys, I'll just hold you here. Woo. How about that? Alright, so it was the cheaper pump that you could buy. and it had the housing and it had all that stuff with it. And you know, it had a 1-year warranty on it. So I thought, well, I think with my discount it was like $98, and well, that pump was junk. And even, you know, even the daggum the float in it for the gauge, that thing was even off. You know, this, you know, twice on me, I had, you know, pulled out of my driveway with the needle right above the red line. Like there was a tiny gap between the needle and the red line on the fuel gauge, and twice it actually ran out of gas on me with the needle right there. So even the daggum sending unit stuff was not right from the beginning. So that should have been a sign that, you know, it was going to be junk. That pump literally lasted less than 200 miles. So when I took that pump back, I paid an extra $48 and got the higher end factory replacement pump that they sell. So it was about 100 and close to 150 for the housing and all. You know, that was the hat, the housing, you know, the whole deal. So, but it seems to have fixed it. So anyhow, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this video up after I squeeze my way into the old garage here. So, man, I've just got all kinds of racket going on right now. Music playing, kids hollering, dadgum phone falling everywhere. This is probably going to be one of the worst videos I've ever filmed. I'm not even staring over here at this instead of the camera. I just done it again. I keep doing it. I don't know. I'm tired. Gas fumes. I did drive by something cool. So I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's one of the areas where they film a lot of these crime shows on like A&E and stuff. So this one little area where I normally would go and turn around, it's underneath a bridge. I seen like 2 or 3 cop cars. I seen a black Crown Vic that was a detective car. You know, blue lights, caution tape or crime scene tape, and I thought, holy crap, they found a dead body. So I went up and made a couple passes, and I was coming back down. I drove right, like literally through where they were at. And there was a fire truck sitting there where the fire truck guy waved me through. So as I come through, I realized that they were actually filming for a show. They had cameras up, and they had like some guy laying on the ground like he was dead. And pretty cool stuff. It's kind of interesting to kind of see that stuff, because at first you think, man, they found a body like a mile from my house. And then you look and it's like, oh, they're just shooting a TV show for A&E or whatever. Not A&E. Well, I guess A&E, but whatever true crime other channels they have out there. But anyhow, I just went on a rant. I'm going to show you guys my poor old Capri over here. Man, that thing has crap piled on top of it. Terrible. I'm a terrible car dad. But anyhow, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. Turns out it was the fuel pump. So, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you're interested in the stuff that I put out, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, share it, you know, kind of get the word out. My goal is, if, you know, I stay busy doing baseball with my kids and work, and so I don't really have a lot of time to shoot a video every week, to be honest. I wish I had time to do that, because I could find stuff to, you know, to work on, to do, but I literally don't have time to do it. So you kind of just get one whenever I get time to film, and that's kind of how it is right now. But the more subscribers I can get, the more motivation that I can get to put out more content, I guess you could say. But anyhow, guys, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more on Riff's Garage, and I will change it to Riff's Garage instead of Mosport. Peace.